If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Okay.
We believe in the American way, and we built this country called the USA, and we fly our flag because we're proud and free, we're Americans. Red, white, and blue is our way of life. We never back down from a challenge or a fight. Nature provides, God gives the rights, we're Americans. We fish the waters and we hunt the lands. We forge the steel with our own two hands. With what we've got, we do the best we can. We're Americans.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
It's time now for the Conservative Curmudgeon Radio Show. Now, here's Grouchy.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Show 100. I am so sorry we're late. We're having technical difficulties. We're going to be scrambling this show together. So, you know what's new, right? Right off the bat, we're going to get busy. I'm going to tell you to stay tuned after me for Jesse's POV, and then the right side with Dan, and then America Off the Rails with Rick, and then we're moving straight on. We've got our guests online already, our first set of guests. We got the guys from Redwine and Alcon getting hammered. You name it, they've done it. Well, you know, within reason anyway. But welcome to the show, Diane and Hammy. And I don't know if Jody's online yet or not, but Jody, if you're there, you're welcome too. And if you're not, then we'll welcome you when you get here.
Hey, congratulations.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, huh?
Glad y'all could be here. How's everybody doing?
Thrilled. Excellent. I'm not going to let Hammy talk, so let's talk about me.
Okay, well, me. I know how you are when you yell. Yeah.
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Well, good. Everything is good. Obviously, Show 100, it's a miracle Rick's let me stay on the air this long, but I'll take it. Other than that, just having fun doing the same old thing. You know, we had some big fun. We did a big thing, kind of. I've never seen anybody else really do it in you know, internet radio, but we did a cross-platform, your show and our show.
Yes, that's right. We did.
Yeah, it went really well. And I actually wanted you guys back on because of the timeliness of what's going on too. Not just because it's the 100th show, but because of what else is going on with it in New Orleans. And I know Hammy definitely has an opinion on this.
I thought we were talking about Bruce Jenner cross-dressing.
Did you just say cross-dressing? Hammy.
But that goes on in New Orleans, too.
Yes, it does. I actually have an in-law that is down there that is actually a champion drag queen, makes his living doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
neat.
neat.
I mean, you know, to each their own. I don't judge, but, it's the truth.
Well, I
Did
mean,
you
let's
just
be
say a
honest,
champion
there are
drag queen?
Some men, when they dress as women, it looks better than women do.
Okay, that's maybe a little too honest for some of us,
no.
but
If you tell me what woman who dresses and looks like a man actually looks like a man, they don't. I mean, I suppose someone might think Chaz Bono could look like a man. I don't happen to think so. But there are a lot of men that can dress like women that look better than half the women out there. Just saying, just a personal observation.
I got you.
I mean, they can put on a better set of lashes than I can.
Well, and just like that, you see what happens on Show 100.
Set off the rails. All you had to say was cross-dressing.
Well, we're going straight to hell in a handbasket here, folks. It's okay.
Hammy, what do you know about cross-dressing?
You got Uncle that cross-dresses. You got Di here who's like all in favor of it. And knows some really good cross-dressers.
Ouch.
Well,
Are they all
I'll ask both of
work-
you. Have either of you ever dressed up like a woman at Halloween? Ever?
Ever?
Ever.
Yeah, I did once.
Okay.
It was a hell of a bet. It was a hell of a bet. Hey, I was 17 years old, and the bet was $287.43 to walk through the center of the high school during everybody's lunch. And I did it.
And you got the money too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
But
That
you're
was well
comfortable,
worth it.
right?
Where
I
they
mean, you're
found a size 12 pump, I have no idea, but...
And this is, I got to tell you, I don't even know what a size 12 pump is. I can't even answer that question. That's how manly I am.
Oh. I don't know, Hammy. Are you sure you don't know what a 12-inch pump is?
That's not his thing, baby. Really, it's not.
Wow.
I don't. It sounds small.
Really? A size 12 is ginormous.
Never mind. Hey, I thought you were. I thought this was a measurement or something. Actually, no. So back to your original comment that we took completely off the rails. You wanted to talk about New Orleans and not Di's good friends or something. But,
well, I knew you guys would have an opinion on this because we did the show originally. Excuse me. Right after. The Dylan Roof thing with the Confederate flag and how everybody was just attacking the flag. And now, what are we? We're almost 2 years removed from that, and here we have New Orleans, of all places, attacking Confederate monuments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Taliban is alive and well in Louisiana.
Taliban, interesting. Okay. I was thinking more communist, but...
Look, I don't see much of a difference. Do you remember when the Taliban was going around in Afghanistan and they were blowing up Buddhas?
Yes.
They were, yeah.
I don't see the difference here. It's removing something that's offensive to you. But let's talk about liberals. That's what they do. If they do it on Twitter, they do it, when they sit here and talk about hate speech. They want to shut down everything that's quote-unquote offensive. Offensive to me, but not to thee, right? It doesn't matter what you think.
Exactly.
So they want, and this is exactly what's going on down there. Look, I live in Richmond, the capital of the Confederacy. There was a front page article last week, this past Sunday in the Richmond Times-Dispatch, where they are now trying to push this here as well. It actually is. We have a governor's race running this year here in Virginia. This is part of the platform that that these guys are running on. They're either running on. I won't let them take it down. I'll let the people do whatever they want. I'll rip these things down and smelt them or something. This is as big as this is. Richmond, the capital of the Confederacy.
Wow, you want to know what's a big subject in New Hampshire? Because it's not Confederate statues.
Yeah, you think?
I'm just saying.
So you guys probably have like statues of Sherman and you go out in the morning and you like worship and put flowers on there and stuff, and go, thank you for going through the South and burning it to the ground and raping all the women and horses.
No, our statues are flowers here. The Civil War is not really up in our area. It's the Revolutionary War. Those are what our statues are.
Those guys owned slaves, by the way.
I'm sure they probably did.
No, this is.
I don't know if they did or not.
This is the next thing. Stand by, because this is the next thing, right?
Revolutionary War.
Deese?
It has to be.
Steve Deese, I think, wrote something on it the other day. You can't stand. No, wait a minute. No, it's Matt Walsh. You can't legitimately stand there and say that the reason that you want to tear down these statues is because these men owned slaves, and seeing them reminds you of the fact that they upheld slavery, they fought, quote unquote, for slavery, because you're an absolute nincompoop idiot who has no understanding of what the war was for. But that's fine, but you can't do that and then go, Thomas Jefferson owned slaves, George Washington owned slaves, many other founding fathers owned slaves. In fact, there's only a couple of them that didn't. The Adamses, and
yep.
But most of them did. So those statues are coming down.
Here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to rewrite history to the way they want it to be, where it's sanitized, where it's safe, so that the kids don't hear what happened. And the part that's so frustrating to me is the progressives, if you want to call them that, I call them idiots, but they don't want kids to be challenged with differences of opinions, especially in colleges now. We all know that. Again, most schools are not teaching civics. So these kids that are entering college now that come from states where civics isn't mandatory have no idea how this government works. So they don't realize that in order to get to where we work today, you have to go through various events, good and bad. It's what makes the country different and grows. You learn from the mistakes, you grow stronger, as life goes on. But they want to sanitize it.
Hey, you should actually put a petition together down in New Orleans. You want some new statues to replace the ones they took down. Che Guevara, John Brown, Benedict Arnold. That would be a good one. I don't think he owned any slaves.
I thought for sure you were going to say you.
No.
He was. Give him time. He was.
And everybody worships at the statue of Hammy.
No, I understand that would be a distraction from the other grand statues of Che Guevara.
It really would.
So hang on. I have one question. In this statue, is Hammy going to be wearing the chaps that we were discussing in the room? I'm just curious.
Oh well, we could arrange that.
It's called a suit.
Yeah, well, that's not what
here's the big thing though, Hammy. I don't know if you actually heard this part or not. First of all, you know who the mayor of New Orleans is now, right?
I don't.
Yes.
No. Okay. The mayor of New Orleans is Mitch Landrieu, the brother of Mary Landrieu, former U.S. senator. He promised the people that when they took these statues down, that he was going to put them in a museum, and they just found two of them in a city-owned scrapyard.
Oh my God!
So now there's a huge stink going on about that.
There's going to be some hell on that. I just, this is the ridiculous part of it is I understand if you look at it and you say, okay, you've got this person up here who 100%, represents this hated thing, whatever, but they're not consistent. They're just not consistent about it. And it basically is they might not have a statue to Che Guevara, but they would sure as hell put one up. They don't have a... Yeah.
Oh, hey, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think Rick has actually Kim online now, right?
Yes, I'm right here.
Well, welcome to the show, Kimberly Ross.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone.
We are so sorry. we have had some bad technical issues. We're going to blame the Oklahoma studio because that's what I do when I'm on the air and he's not.
I blame Hammy for everything. So
no.
just blame
No.
him.
No, it's the only Yankee on the call's fault. all participants, even the most.
Oh my goodness,
Hammy, I'm going to blame Hurricane Joe Quinn.
No,
Joe Quinn.
Look, you're not. Yeah, I know. You're not part of the gang. You're not part of the club. It's okay, but we welcome you.
Whoa! Hey,
Stepchild. No offense to any redheads out there. I'm just letting you know. Disclaimer.
Wow.
By the way, I didn't say hi, Kim. Hi, Kim.
Well, I'm fine with. Oh, hi, Hammy. I'm fine with blaming you for everything, though. That works.
What?
See?
Fair.
The sisterhood, man.
No, I want everyone to know. I want everyone to know. Actually, Kim and I had some deep, dark conversations today, and I will say this: I was not. I don't. I was reading your stuff on Facebook, and I was like, "Damn, is she talking about me? She's talking about me." I did not go out and say anything on your TL. We had a polite, separate conversation, but because I care for you so much, I did not go out there and say anything on your article. I did not want to appear to be a fighter. I'm a lover.
No, it wasn't. It was not you that I was calling out. Definitely not you. But I do blame you for the technical issues, but I don't blame you for the other things.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you can blame him for everything. I do.
I mean, apparently,
if I
I'm so
have a
bad.
bad hair day, it's Hammy's fault.
Well, look, guys, because Kim is new to the program and to what we've done in the past, I want to give Kim a minute to tell us about Kim. For those of you, I'm sure there's so many of you that already know who Kimberly Ross is. She writes for Red State. She writes for Rare. Staunch pro-life advocate, staunch conservative with compassion advocate. And I mean, just a fantastic voice, not just for women, but for conservatives everywhere. And if you aren't familiar with Kim's work, you should get that way very quickly because the talent far exceeds the following on Twitter so far. And the following's not bad, but the talent's that much better.
Well, thank you so much. That was so nice.
I'm
almost jealous.
I got like Hammy. I mean, I don't even deal here.
Hammy, you're the resident mental case, buddy, and you always will be with me, and that's cool because I like that.
We've got Di. We love her. We've got Kim. She's like everyone's. Oh, Hammy sucks.
We love you here.
I am not the one that called you ass face, so don't go there with me.
So but we should continue the conversation. And Kim, what do you think about assless chaps?
I didn't know it was that kind of radio show.
When Hammy's on a radio show, it's always that kind of radio show.
Yeah, it actually
does when Hammy's on the show.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that deteriorated rather quickly. We're gonna try to step up the ladder one rug here, and
I'm just surprised Hammy didn't say front view or back view.
Oh.
I'm a professional.
All right, so let's go up the ladder a rung here. Kim, you were actually on a program last night discussing one of your latest pieces, and it's a great piece that talks about a pregnant high school girl at a Christian school. And I would love for you to go into that a little bit more. What drove you to take that article and go with it, and let's have a little discussion on it. Go ahead and tell us about it if you would.
Oh, sure. This is the one that Hammy and I talked a little bit about today, and we both have a different take on it, which is completely fine. I understand people who have kind of the perspective of the administration side of, administration in the school, their side, and the whole issue, and then others like myself who kind of see it from Maddie's perspective. But the topic is about an 18-year-old high school student in Maryland who goes to a Christian school. She's from a Christian family. She's a practicing Christian, and she found out she was pregnant in January. And at first, her school wanted her to leave school. They wanted her to continue her studies at home and not be at school or anything. But since then, they've decided she could come back and finish out her senior year, but they're just not allowing her to graduate and walk across the stage with all her classmates. And personally, I think that sends a bad message to young women, women in college, whatever, anyone facing an unplanned pregnancy, that you can't continue on with your life. You can't have goals, whatever, if you have, a baby, an unexpected one, but a baby in the picture. And I think as pro-lifers, we really need to highlight the fact that there is life. We should be promoting the life of the baby and make sure that that child has a chance, on this side of the womb. But we should also be, promoting that the woman can also pursue her hopes and dreams, and doesn't mean an end to anything for her either. But Students for Life of America, they contacted me, and they are really advocating for Maddie's side on this. They're actually raising money for her own, private graduation kind of ceremony, I guess, and they're helping her with other things she needs. But they asked me to write about this piece because they wanted to get it out there. And I noticed actually just before I joined the call that on Twitter it's kind of being talked about everywhere now. I think BuzzFeed is talking about it in other places. So it's kind of a big topic, and people are pretty divided on it.
Well, I can definitely see where different views would come in on this, but I guess what I'm more curious about, has anybody just been downright passionate in the opposite direction from you about it?
Well, I've had a few people tell me I don't have standards because I wrote in support of Maddie. I had a few people on the abortion side who support abortion who told me that I'm not telling them anything new because they knew that the pro-lifers were stupid all along. So it's just a lot of fun hearing from both sides who think, supporting Maddie or highlighting an issue that I think is among this community. It's interesting to see people be angry about it, actually, because, letting Maddie walk across the stage, I think, would help the pro-life cause and help, our position that even though, someone maybe made a choice when she's 18, made a choice when she was 18 that she shouldn't have. It's okay, and life continues. It doesn't mean that she won't face hardships, because she definitely will. But I don't know. I think we're missing a chance right now to, do something on the national stage that promotes the pro-life issue.
Well, I think
a bunch of people hit me for it.
I think in my thought on this, because I did a lot of policies and procedures at our school district, and this obviously the Christian school has policies in place, and one of the policies, and I would find that policy in writing first of all where it actually even says that, because many times you find administration at the lower level makes interpretations and decisions that aren't necessarily what the actual policy and procedure is supposed to be, about. And we've had that many times in many different cases. Is the Christian school not letting walk across the stage because they frown upon, teen pregnancy? Are they not letting her walk across the stage because, they think there's a shame factor? Not sure what type of Christian school it is. And I think, to me, the best way to fight that is to approach the boards that, govern this Christian school, appeal to the fact that, God forgives. So why wouldn't he forgive a student that got pregnant by accident?
But I think the approach is they have policies and procedures in place, and who made the decision? Was it the principal?
Fall and become pregnant.
Huh?
It's not an accident that she didn't trip and fall and suddenly become pregnant.
Well, that's not what I said, Hamster. I said that people make mistakes.
So I'm one of those that's a little bit on the other side of the aisle. Not completely. I will say
he yelled at me. He yelled at me earlier.
Well, I'm going to yell at you in about 2 seconds.
No, what I did was I spoke louder because I was right.
I just on that one, but anyhow, we'll let you speak.
I can actually see this from both sides. I have no problem seeing it from both sides. What I can say is I did grow up in private Christian school.
As did I.
For those of you that might not know, my dad was a preacher. My dad probably doesn't want me to say that. I can say there is depending on the school itself. Look, abortion itself was probably almost not even something that would have even been considered. One of the things we sit here and say, and rightfully so, she kept her baby. Fantastic, and God bless her for that. And
she did consider an abortion.
Yeah, she did. And I think that even in the school, it's almost like, well, that doesn't even hardly come up, right? They're not even maybe dealing with reality on that part of it. So I can see definitely how people can wait a minute. The bigger thing is she kept her baby here. Look, I think growing up, and this was a long time ago, obviously, but in the Christian school I was in, like the worst thing that would have happened was some girl get pregnant, right? And of course it did happen. It happened back then as much as it happens today.
And they were sent away to a home for unwed mothers.
Well, yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. Well, what we did, they converted to Catholicism. We sent them someplace else. But this was definitely something that went on, back then, and it was kind of handled the same way. I think, Kim, I said something to you about how my mom would probably have looked at it, and that would have been, okay, wonderful, fantastic, we'll support her. Let her finish school, certainly. But the problem for the school is what is it they're appearing to condone? So next year, 2 girls get knocked up, and the school is basically in a position of saying nothing. They get to walk across the stage. When the school is drawing a line there are consequences regardless of how good things you may have done.
But their ruling is pretty confusing because at first it was she can't go to the school and she can't graduate, and then they revised it and said she can finish at school, she just can't walk across the stage. So I think that's kind of a confusing mix. Either she shouldn't be at school at all, or she should be able to participate.
Well, see, that sounds to me like the first decision was made by a lower-level administrator.
Well, I don't know how. It's probably her school.
No, what I mean by lower-level administrator is principal of the school.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
at a private Christian school, that's probably as high as it gets.
Well, no, because they have dean of students, they have principal, but the Christian school has a board that sits there and governs it. Any private school has a board.
Yeah, they might have a board. I would say I think they did definitely relent on that and say there is probably no problem. I think it's the public. I think at the end of the day, it's the public thing. And like my mom would have said, okay, we deal with this. Great, we move on. There's nothing you can do about the past. You're forgiven for that mistake. You've made a very good choice. We'll support you 100%. We're just not going to parade you across the stage.
And I think that's the problem. They're fine with her privately attending class. They just don't want a public perception of a pregnant Christian girl with a swollen belly walking across the stage, and I think that's the problem.
I actually can see it is.
Yeah.
Because
I don't remember.
The you are correct that there's an opportunity to bring the religious aspect of pro-life, which is every life is valuable, every life deserves to be born, versus and I'm going to call them old Christian because they are. It's the same thing in the Catholic Church. That sit there and really take a good look at the people that's shunning and turning away because things aren't the way they used to be back in the 17 and 1800s.
Yeah,
things happen.
One of the things is, and this is, I think I said this to you, Kim, when I was, yelling at you.
Yelling. When you were yelling at me, yes. And all capital letters, by the way.
Oh,
You did not, really?
Yes, all capitals. I opened my messages, and it was like 5, all caps. I was like, oh, my God.
And a really big font. I hacked the Twitter API, so it would be a really big font. Yes, and it made scratchy noises. This is the thing. I think there are two separate things, and this is where how the school is able to very clearly view two separate situations. One is the fact that she's keeping her baby, and they say you support that and everything else. The other is the continuing underlying thing that they look at as well and go, but wait a minute, she still did get knocked up by accident, tripped down the steps, and got pregnant. That the school is still going to look at that thing and go, we're still not going to support that part of it. You follow what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think anyone's supporting that part of it.
Right,
the
I know.
quote
But
that comes to mind that, he who had thrown no stone, or et cetera, or lives in glass houses, because...
That doesn't mean that there's no consequences. I mean, everybody likes to throw that one up, but it doesn't mean there's no consequences.
I just think the administration's sending a mixed signal by, going back and forth, like waffling on the issue.
I think the administration probably compromising is what they're doing.
Probably how they
because
do it.
by rights, as Hammy said, they could have said, "You're pregnant, you're out." They compromised by letting her get her degree. Now the question is, should she walk across the stage? I mean, quite frankly, she's going to be wearing a graduation gown. Those things are huge. Who is really going to know that she's pregnant?
So how would this be handled if it was like a public university of some sort, just to really extend the craziness out? Every other girl there would be like stuffing a pillow underneath her gown and waddle across the stage.
Better than those ones walking around naked with the mattresses.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't think they would make it.
That's a good point.
But but this is high school, you can't have that.
Well, then, what are the other students that go to the school, their take on it? Because they could sit there and do their own protest about it, if you know what I mean, power in the speech.
I mean, I'm sure the school has rules, right? And there is something to those rules. And this is, by the way, what I've always said about private school, you don't like the rules, don't go. But
that's exactly true.
But definitely, Kim, the problem right now is not whether or not she should walk across. Their problem right now is perception. And from the pro-life standpoint, I give you this all day long. It's bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
and
it looks
Maddie,
bad from the compassion standpoint too. I mean, I get that they have to invoke some consequences of some kind, but it gets awfully prickly, shall we say, to be a Christian school and not seem, perception-wise, to be forgiving or compassionate.
Yeah.
There
exactly right.
has to be a bridge between the religious aspect of it and the compassion aspect of it. That's
one of the aspects in the article, and I was listening to Kim's appearance last night, was that the school was going to out the girl publicly, and she actually stepped up and owned it first.
Yes. Yeah. She did.
Because she was over 18.
I just don't get that. I really don't.
The school has a problem. They do have to deal with this, and that has to do with, look, if it is a church school, and I'm not talking about just a Christian school, if it's actually associated with a church, if she's a member of that, and I don't know if that's the background on it or not, but, and Kim and G, you may be familiar with this, but there is an aspect of what the in certain churches, some Baptist churches, independent evangelicals and stuff like that, where there is this idea that if you go to your brother who's committed a sin, if they don't repent and openly repent or whatever, then you expose them to the church. I don't think you handle this situation this way, and you may have some people that are just absolute assholes. Like, there's no other way around it about it, right? And they're probably more guilty themselves. But
hey guys, hey, let me break in here real quick. We're well past a short commercial break, so we're gonna. Wait a minute. I'm getting clearance from production. We can skip the break. Good.
Don't you love that little voice in your ear?
Well, you know,
the commercials when you started the show.
I thought he played them all, but I don't know. Anyway.
But it is a different world, guys. It is
seriously. But I have to do one thing. I have to do one more thing, though. I have to thank Diane and Hammy for coming on, but I also have to drop you off so we can pick up other calls tonight. Unfortunately, the tech thing is limited, but guys, I love you, and we're going to do something back together again soon.
And I'll see you later.
He's not kicking Kim off. He's not kicking Kim off. Just us. Oh,
well, she came. I'm staggering y'all on purpose.
We're not
staggering y'all on purpose.
Hammy, we're replaceable.
We're not like that. Okay, Kim,
Hammy,
you're
we're
the
just
good.
going to have to do a red wine show so that way you can talk as long as you want.
I've actually given you too much of her time already.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Congratulations, and thank you for coming on tonight.
Hey, love you guys. We'll talk soon. All right, so that leaves us with Kim, and guess what, Kim?
Let me guess. Is someone else joining us?
Yeah, someone else is going to join us. Say hi to Sam.
I've been listening like forever. Hey, Kim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, my God, Hammy never shuts up.
We know this. It was a danger zone invite, but it had to be done.
Well, see, he's not on, so now I can talk all the smack I want. So, but no, how's it going? Congrats on 100 shows. That's pretty damn amazing.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. So glad you're here, too.
Yeah. It's kind of a heavy topic. You guys are deep. I never...
Yeah, it's different. It's Kim, and Kim's such a serious writer that I couldn't just be all nonsensical with her.
Kim is really an amazing writer.
I know.
We're kind of like sisters in that she writes for Red Fate and I write for Twitchy, and I'm always like amazed at how she's just so sincere in how she writes, and I'm not just being nice because I'm never just nice. And so I write all this silly stuff, and I look at her stuff, I'm like, man, she's really a good writer. I just make fun of everybody. So, yeah, Kim, it's pretty amazing to actually talk to you, and I think it's so great that you're on here, and congrats on being like such a badass writer. You're everywhere.
Oh, you are so sweet, Sam. I think it's you who I should bow down to because you're quite the force in conservative, media and Twitter and everything. And I love, like, the breaking articles you write and all that stuff, and you make things trend, and I think you're fantastic. So it's a big deal for me to be on with you.
But I appreciate that. And, the big thing is Grouch has been around for 100 shows. It's pretty damn amazing. Dude, it really is.
Yes. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
It is
well, thank you. And like Rick said, they got to fill the time.
No, they do not.
Not at all.
That's not true. There are plenty of people who love to hear themselves talk, me included, and they don't have to let you do this. For 100 shows, it's pretty spectacular. So that's something I think that you should be proud of.
100 shows is not a small thing, not at all.
Well,
no.
It is what it is, and I thank you both for being on for it because I think the world of both of you. But again, it's a once a week thing, so I average about 38, 39 shows a year. That means I've been at this for too long, probably, but that's okay.
I know how that feels. No, people don't understand how much work goes into these things, and
they really don't.
And not to be whiny, because you do the radio because you love it, but at the same time, it's like, oh my God, this is so much work. And right now, especially politically, it is such a hard time to be on the radio. When it was Obama in office, it was like, okay, I have nothing to talk about. I'll bitch about Obama for an hour, and I'm done. Now it's like, what do I do? It's so different, and it's so challenging.
You mean we're not unified? Because I thought we were unified after that election.
Look, I do the same thing. I do the same thing that I always did from week one. If they do it right, I acknowledge it and I praise it. If they do it wrong, I light them on fire over it.
And
that's
exactly
how it should be. Mm-hmm.
But it's so hard now because really, before it was really simple because Obama did most everything wrong. So you could watch the news for an hour and have an hour to talk about. With Trump, it's a little more difficult because he does some great things and then he screws up and he does something awesome and then he does something sucky. And people get mad at you because you're like, he sucks, and then they love you because you're like, but he did a good thing. And so it's very bipolar. So I really have a lot of respect for conservatives on the radio right now. In writing, it's just really tough.
You're so right. If you say something good about something he's done, you're a Trumpkin or something. If you say something bad, oh, you probably voted for Hillary. Well, neither is true.
Right.
Actually, if you say
it's
something
very
nice,
polarizing.
If you say something
and you
nice,
can't
you're
make
an
anybody
alt-right
happy.
Nazi. If you say
So
something,
I stopped trying.
if you say something nice, you're an alt-right Nazi, and if you say something that you don't support about him, you're a liberal baby killer. I've been called both of those things more than once. It's not fun, but whatever.
Well, when you get insulted by both sides in the same day, you've said something important. So that's a good thing.
That's right.
I've been accused of being everything under the. I can't tell you how many people have accused me of working for someone I don't work for. So, it is what it is. But 100 shows and you're still going strong, and you're dealing with a really polarized political climate. You have a GOP that's kind of pissing down their legs, even though they have all this power. You have a president that's kind of all over the place, and it's really hard. And I have a lot of respect, and I'll stop being nice to you now because I feel like I've been way too nice to you. So I'm done being nice.
And I do have one other thing going for me, and that is that according to the lady with dementia, and you know who I'm talking about,
that poor
I'm
woman.
a Russian spy now.
Did you call you a Russian spy? Oh,
I am a Russian spy.
What?
I've been a globalist and a cuck and a liberal and a Trumpian and all kinds of other horrible things. But
apparently I went full on Dos Vidanya. I am a Russian spy.
Yeah. No,
I always knew that, though.
Hey, wait, does that mean I've got to hook up on vodka now?
Now, I'm really disappointed. No one's ever called me a Russian spy. I got to work harder at this stuff. Da. Holy shit. He really called you a Russian spy?
I am a Russian spy.
I did not see that. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, there's only one explanation for it, and it is full-blown dementia.
Dementia. Well, just show her your abs. Then she'd know you're not a Russian spy.
Oh,
I had to bring that up, right?
Stop.
Amen, Sam.
Girl. Russians don't have abs like that.
No.
You didn't see Rocky IV, did you?
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God. Is he? Yeah.
Oh
my God,
he is Russian.
He is in He-Man, Masters of the Universe. It's funny that you brought him up, and I know this is totally off topic, but whatever. That movie was on today, and I was so amazed at how bad it was. I watched it. And
I love that
the
movie,
same
though.
actor in that. I don't remember it, and so watching it, I'm just like, oh my God, this is terrible, but it's so awesome that it's terrible, So
Yeah.
I'm a deep thinker like that.
The keyboard and the dwarf. Yeah.
The dwarves, they have swords and little laser guns. Just like, what is this? I sat and watched like an idiot while I did laundry because I'm totally glamorous. I do laundry and battle.
I do that on the weekend.
Yeah? You mean before or after you run 50 miles? Which one,
After.
Yes.
What are you talking about? He does it during because he's just that great.
Hey, Sam, I have a question for you.
Oh, sure.
How do you get these, when you do your articles and stuff about what's trending, you are so fast at all that and gathering it all and publishing it, and I am an incredibly slow writer. I would never, ever, ever be able to do it like that. I mean, you're like, you compile everything that's trending and like on point, and then you get it out there, and it's amazing. It really is.
Oh,
I know how she does
thank
it. I
you.
know how she does it.
I don't know how she does
How?
it.
Russian
It's
spies.
Russian
No.
spies.
I knew you were going to say that. Russians do it. I have all these spots. No, she is such a different beast, and all of the Twitchy editors are kind of like that. They're very fast. I have so much respect for the people I work with. They've taught me so much because they've been doing it a lot longer, and they are some amazing writers that write for Twitchy. And they are underdogs, and they don't take much credit. You never see them talking about how awesome they are. They just work really hard. And it's just part of that Twitchy mentality is the quickness of Twitter and watching it. And, I have people who are good enough to send me things. Persnickety, who's in the chat, Dawn Spire, she is like this amazing, tweet gatherer. And she'll send me stuff, hey, Bunny, this might be important. She's like, I have such great people who follow me. And then there are people who I stalk and will watch their feeds. You're one of them, especially if something pro-life is going on.
Oh, no.
I always stalk your feed. I stalk Amy Curtis's feed a lot. I also look at Little Miss Righty. I watch The Road Beer. I watch Nick. I watch Patriot Musket a lot. And then, it's just a lot of Ben Shapiro. He's much faster than I am, and he catches everything. And then there's Red Steves and Lackland. There's all these people who do such amazing things that I have, and I just kind of stalk all of them. And then if I want to make fun of somebody, I stalk Sally Cohn, and that works every time, too. So, we all have go-tos. It's like, man, nothing's going on.
Hands
I'm going to
up,
look
don't
at Will
tweet.
Wheaton's timeline, and Will Wheaton says something stupid, and we can write about him.
He's going to block me one day. I'm going to add him to my collection.
Will hasn't blocked you?
No, not yet.
You can't be a Russian spy if Will hasn't blocked you, dude.
Oh, you
Well, I
said
don't
Tim.
know, I
I
keep
thought you were
telling-
talking about Sally Cohn.
Oh, no, she'll
Sally
block
has
me
not
one day,
blocked
too.
No, she's not. I think she has me muted, though. I think I made her mad. I can't remember what I did to half of these people, but...
No, look, I'm telling you right now, my best block ever was Faith Voters for Hillary. and the reason I am most proud, I'm serious, the reason I'm most proud about that one is when they first opened their Twitter account, they had like 40 followers. That was it, 40 followers. And I watched that account grow in a week's time to over 8,000 followers.
Wow.
And then I hammered them when she came out all big time pro-choice, and I asked them how they reconciled murdering babies with their faith.
And
I got blocked instantly. No reply, just a block.
Oh, that's perfect.
Well, I think all the Planned Parenthoods have me blocked, even like the little state ones and then the global ones. The only one who doesn't block me is Cecil Richard, which shocks me because Cecil, I write about Cecil all the time. You think she'd block me eventually, but no, she has not.
I know. She doesn't have me blocked either. I'm trying for that block, though.
She's the only one who doesn't. Like all the
I'll
Planned
have to
Parenthoods
give you the tweet that got me the block. I don't think either one of you would do it, but...
You never know. Depends on the day.
Yeah, I was not nice to her, so...
My favorite block is Roseanne Barr. She's my favorite block because I know her son, Jake, and her son, Jake, is awesome. But
yes,
she blocked
Jake
me because Jake is wonderful. If you get a chance, you should ask Jake to be on your show. He's an independent, so he's kind of all over the place with his political views, but he's so interesting and he's not a jackass. He's really a good interview. But Roseanne Barr, I don't remember what she was doing, and I just said something smirky about how she's desperate to be relevant again. I called her like an irrelevant has-been, and she said to me, better a has-been than I never was, you bitch, and she blocked me.
Oh,
I was like, Shay, this is awesome.
Ow.
That's my favorite block ever. Yeah.
I mean, mine's not that cool, but I have Amanda Marcotte blocked me years ago. I don't know what I said to her, but I can't see all the stupid stuff she says.
She blocked me, too. See, I know how to hit them. I mean, Talcum X has me blocked. Tariq Nasheed has me blocked.
Yeah. You know, there's all these tough people who have me blocked, and whatever. It's fine. It's kind of a pain in the butt, though, when you write for Twitchy, and, like, Keith Olbermann has you blocked, and you can't go look at him as yourself. You got to go find him somehow else. But, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, Keith's from Big Baby. I don't remember what I said to Keith.
There's actually this guy out there, and I'm not even going to say his name, but Sam, you'll probably catch on. but he's like a virtual rock and roll star in his own world. He has me blocked. Some blackbird on his page. I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, come on.
Well, who is it? You can't say.
Oh, I could say. I just don't want to give him the satisfaction of bringing his name up on the air.
I'll have to figure this out.
Welcome back, Sam.
I got dropped.
It's Kale.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God, you said
yeah, RB picked up on it.
You
Look,
said it.
Road
You
Beer
said his
picked up
name.
on it in the chat room. How did you not know it?
You said his name.
I
have to kick you off now.
I disconnected. I totally missed everything, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. The last thing I heard was you saying, Sam, you're going to pick up on it, and then, I was hung up on. Thanks a lot.
No, you weren't hung up on it. Trust me, you weren't hung up on. I wouldn't do that to you. Hammy, yes, you know.
Someone, I'm just gone.
On the other hand, yeah, we had to just hard unplug Hammy.
Yeah, I think he would hang up on
I gotta tell you, Hamilton is probably one of the smartest, funniest guys I know. And I mean, he takes a lot of crap, and I give him a lot of crap. But, he's really good about it, and he keeps a sense of humor, and he gives the crap right back. So I think that's why he's good at what he does, too. So he's just being nice to everybody tonight.
Absolutely. We love
He was
Hammy.
nice because he yelled at me earlier.
We just can't tell him out loud often, though. Oh, my God. Well, hey, look, Sam, do you have anything that you need to announce or?
So funny. It's funny. I should say, well, I can't really talk about it yet, and always people will say, I'm pregnant or something. That's always one of those funny things where you're like, I can't tell what's going on. And yeah, I'm not pregnant, by the way. But no, I'm coming back to the radio. I'm coming back on the air. And it will be once a week on Wednesday nights at 7 Eastern with KLRN. And, we're still kind of playing with the name. My husband came up with One Nation Under Foo, which I think is really funny. But if you don't know who Foo is, it might confuse people. So, there's the word Foo Bar, too. That's, But anyway, probably by the end of June or a little before that, we'll be back up on the air doing the bunny thing every week, once a week on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I think it'll be really exciting, and I can't wait to work with Rick again. And I think it's just about time. It's been almost 2 years since I've been on the air, and I think I'm ready. We'll see how it goes, but I've missed it enough to want to try it. And, of course, listening to your show and being on your show has made it feel good again to be on the air. So I appreciate that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
The good news
is
going
to be awesome. Sam, congratulations.
The good news is you can see from tonight we have the call thing a little better worked out than the last time we tried to take callers on your show, so it should work a little better.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people can't wait to call me.
Yeah, as we're all sitting here on the conference line because we couldn't get Skype to work right.
Hamilton,
I still
when
blame
I was
you because
on
it works
with
for everybody
Hamilton,
else.
we had the best because all these people would call in to fight with me. All these lefties would call, and one time Hamilton and I buried somebody because we basically killed them on the air, and then we had a funeral for them the next week. It was probably the best call-in. The guy was so mad. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, good times. But I guess that's what we're going to go for, and I'm not sure what the format's going to look like yet. And, if we'll do douchebags of the week again or what we'll do, but the plan is to at least get on the air and start yapping again. So thanks for letting me tell people on your show, G.
That is exciting.
Well,
that'll be fun.
I just wanted to get the word out, I mean, people love you and people want you back on the air, and I know you're going to have big numbers just like you always did. And I'm looking forward to it. Now I have to go start digging for words for a 5-hit show now. I mean, 5 hits in one night. I don't know. I got work to do. That's all I know. I got to figure some stuff out so I can super aggrandize this whole Wednesday night thing now.
Oh, it'll be great. I'll be your opening act. It'll be a blast. And, for everybody who hates me, there's someone who loves me, so it works out fine.
Yeah, it's weird to have the headliner on first, but, I mean, we'll go with that.
Stop. I'm so not the headliner, not anymore.
It's worth listening to.
And hey, while we've got Kim on the air too, I want to tell Kim that I'm sorry it all shook out this way with the technical issues, but I definitely would love to have you back on one night, and let's do a whole segment and do it right and get the issues that you're passionate about out there and talked about the way they need to be.
Well, I would love that, and no problem about the technical issues. No, worries whatsoever. It's been a blast. I'm so happy to have been on your 100th show. It's a big deal, and with Polita Bunny too. I mean, lucky me. So.
You, I know, right? I just blame Rick for anything technical that happened. I know you guys are blaming Hammy, but we got to blame Rick too, because that's how it works. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
This is fun. I've never got to talk to Kim before, so this is a hoot.
I know. I love it.
Well, I got to tell you now,
my friend on the phone.
on my end, you two sound a lot alike. It's actually almost hard at times to distinguish which one is talking. So.
Oh,
that is my favorite.
I see how it is. Yeah, she's awesome. So if I can sound like Kim, that's a great thing.
Yeah, same here.
I could be meaner if that would make it sound like me. I can say the F word or something, then you know.
All I need is for somebody to call Hammy an ass face, and I'll know which one it is.
Hammy's not an ass face, but I would say that so you know it's me.
I mean, I may have called him that before.
Yeah, she may or may not have already
there are
beaten the
people. There are people out there who are definitely ass faces, but he's really not an ass face. See, I said it a bunch. I can say vagina too, then you know it's definitely me, vagina. See, there you go.
Oh God, here we go.
Only 3 vaginas. Wait, that'd be 4 vaginas now. 5 vaginas. That was so funny.
Yeah, 34 of them in one show. I mean, 34 in one show.
34 vaginas. God. Good times.
That's half a Muslim death. I mean, come on.
That was screwed up.
Oh. Hey, look, ladies, we're top of the hour. We're going to have to give the air up, I'm afraid. Sam, as always, love you, mean it. Looking forward to having you back on the air. Kim, absolutely a pleasure having you on, and we will do this again, and we'll do it up the right way, like a real guest instead of just this big hodgepodge show.
Oh no, I have
to promise you.
Congrats, G.
That sounds great. Yes, congrats.
All right, guys.
Keep it up.
Well, thank you very much, and everybody, do yourself a favor and stay tuned for Jesse's POV, followed by The Right Side with Dan Wright, and then America Off the Rails with Rowdy Rick later on this evening. It has been an absolute joy and pleasure having everybody on tonight, including Hammy. And I just want to, just want to tell everybody we're going to be here next Wednesday, so do yourself a favor and come back. And if you like the show, tell your friends. If your friends like the show, you likely need new friends, but they and you are welcome every week right here with me. Thank you, and God bless.
Oh, but ain't that America? For you and me, ain't that America? Something to see, baby.